Fairy Tail chapter 328, Zodiac. So the chapter begins with, of course, the dragons coming out of the Eclipse Gate. Apparently nobody's helping Lucy because I guess you need the powers of the celestial spirits to close the gates, which we do see later on, because Lucy is still struggling to close the gates. But Yukino and Mira Jane show up. Yukino has changed into the same outfit she wore when she was in the Grand Magic Games, and Mira Jane decided to change her outfit for some reason, I guess. Why would you? Oh, whatever. I guess being motivated from Mira Jane's little speech, Yukino goes to assist Lucy, telling her that they'll combine all the golden keys and use the powers of the celestial spirits to close the gates. So what the hell? Future Rogue said that Lucy was the one that closed the gate, but it's not really Lucy. It's Yukino and Lucy. So why doesn't he just say Yukino and Lucy? So what the hell? So both Yukino and Lucy throw their keys up into the sky, and the keys start glowing. Lucy and Yukino, they hold hands, saying this little incantation. O celestial spirits of the 12 golden paths, lend us the power to seal this evil. Open 12 gates of the Zodiac. And you see all the 12 celestial spirits being summoned. They fly towards the gate, and all they had to do was push it. I don't know, like, yeah, so all the celestial spirits just push the gates before we see this other dragon, which has a head of a tiger, no, a saber-toothed tiger, which looks kind of cool. And yeah, all the celestial spirits push the gate, and they just close it. That's basically it. So the Eclipse Gate is closed, even though a chapter ago it was open. Okay, well, I was a bit disappointed that it was closed so soon because, you know, we were expecting 10,000 dragons, but no, 10,000 dragons don't even show up. How many dragons there are? 7 dragons. Okay, what is the deal with Mashima with 7? 7 years. The year 777. 7 dragons. It's always the lucky number 7. I know I shouldn't be surprised, but I was actually hoping that it wasn't 7 dragons. Okay, well, 7 is probably not as great as 10,000. But 7 is actually better than 1. Well, better than none. So I guess I'll accept it. But wouldn't it have been better if there were 13 dragons instead of 7? I mean, think about it. 7 is like a lucky number. And considering that there are dragons coming in, trying to wreck shit up, why doesn't like Mashima say 13 dragons? Because 13 is an unlucky number. So yeah, why not 13 dragons? So yeah, 7 dragons appeared through the gates, except instead of 10,000, even though it was led to believe there was supposed to be 10,000. Anyway, Future Rogue actually appears. Future Rogue says that 7 dragons will be okay because 10,000 would actually be quite chaotic for him to control. Yes, he can control dragons. How? Dragon manipulation magic. Okay, questions. 1. When did he learn to use dragon manipulation magic? 2. Can all dragon slayers use this magic? 3. Did he learn this from the Book of Zareth? 4. Why is he doing all of this? Can we get to his evil little scheme as to why he wants the dragons to take over the world? Why? And also, if he said that 10,000 dragons would be way too much for him to control, then why did he say 10,000? Okay, well, wait. Actually, he said 10,000 just, so to cause a panic. Okay, I get that now. So, Future Rogue is, acting evil, and he calls upon these 7 dragons that have appeared, saying that from this moment forward, the human species shall become extinct. Now begins the era of the dragons, and we get to see these 7 dragons. We get to see this fire dragon whose name is Atlas Fire. That's a pretty cool name. One of the dragons happens to be the Jade Dragon that Fairy Tail was talking to earlier a couple chapters ago, Zilconis. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but hey, at least we get to see a dragon that we sort of know. And then we get the other dragons. I don't know what I should call them, but for now, I'm just gonna call them Noir, Gills, Bladebeak, Terra, and Rocky. So Future Rogue orders 5 of the dragons to scatter around the town to kill as many mages as they could see. He leaves Zilconis to deal with Lucy and the others. And Future Rogue just uses Terra to ride on him or her, whichever one. So meanwhile with Fairy Tail, they're gonna have to deal with Atlas Fire, the flames of hell. So he's a hellfire dragon. That's kind of cool. So yeah, he breathes out this massive blast of hellfire. I'm gonna call it hellfire because he says fire from hell, whatever. They're blasting away all the Fairy Tail members, destroying the town square. Meanwhile with Sabretooth, they're dealing with Bladebeak. And with Blue Pegasus, they're dealing with Rocky. While some other guild is gonna deal with Gills. While some of the mages were fighting against the dragons, their magic doesn't seem to be working against the dragons. And all the while, the dragons are causing massive destruction. And you get to see Future Rogue riding on Terra, you know, saying his little evil speech, like, taste the wrath of the dragons, like, all of that. Meanwhile, he notices somebody that is up on top of the tower, and it's none other than Natsu, and looks like Natsu is going to face off against Future Rogue again, and that's basically where the chapter ends. That is Fairy Tail chapter 328. What did I think? Actually, I thought this was a decent chapter, honestly. Yeah, I did have a couple problems that were bugging me, like the gate closing so soon, and the fact that there are 7 dragons instead of 10,000 dragons. But, you know, I'm okay with it. I mean, 7 is better than none. But it would have been a lot better if it was 13, because 13 is an unlucky number, and considering it's just dragons, 13 would have been a lot better. But since this is Hiro Mashima and all, he always loves the number 7, so I'm not really that surprised at the moment. So it looks like each guild is going to deal with the dragons. How they're going to be able to defeat them, we have no idea. We still don't know, like, Future Rogue's intention at the moment. I mean, I hope there is a good reason that why he's doing this, but we still don't know that yet. Also, it looks like Natsu is going to fight against Future Rogue again, considering that he, like, nearly lost when he fought against him, so I don't know how Natsu is going to beat him unless he awakens Dragon Force mode somehow. Now, if the mages can't kill the dragons, then the most likely option would be to take to lead them back to the Eclipse, make them go through the Eclipse Gate again back into their own time. I was actually expecting that we might get some time travel out of this since we have a gate that goes back in time, but I guess we'll probably wait until what's to come later in the next chapters. But I was a bit disappointed that, you know, 10,000 dragons weren't going to show up, but I'm okay with 7, and hopefully we might get to see some chaos and destruction going on right now, and, you know, bring more of the sense of danger in Fairy Tail, because it's 7 dragons, and I know that some people are going to die. Who they are, I'm not sure at the moment. And I was actually pretty disappointed that the Eclipse was closed so easily. I mean, one chapter it was open, the next chapter it's closed. But, you know, I just hope that Hiro Mashima doesn't actually screw this up, because this actually has potential to become a really, really good arc. I just hope that he doesn't, like, make stuff up like Natsu pulls another Nakama power-up up his ass and beats Future Rogue. And, you know, even though if he does defeat Future Rogue, then wouldn't the dragon manipulation magic, you know, wear off from the dragons and they would still go on a rampage? Because there would be nobody to control the dragons. Unless there was some sort of bullshit plot twist that you defeat Future Rogue, all the dragons will disappear, or they're not really the real dragons, they're shadows. But that would be really, really stupid. But, you know, overall, I really did like this chapter. It was pretty good. I wasn't actually expecting the Eclipse Gate to be closed so easily, but considering that this chapter was called Zodiac, yeah, apparently there really was a way to close it. Although I am really annoyed, I was annoyed that they made it seem like Lucy was going to be the one to close the gate, but it was Lucy and Yukino that closed it by using the power of the celestial spirits. So why did Future Rogue say that Lucy was the one to close the gate? It was Lucy and Yukino. All I really hope that from the next chapters to come. We get to learn about future Rogue's backstory, what happened 7 years in the future, why he's evil, how are the mages gonna fight against these dragons if their magic cannot work on them? Will they use the Eclipse Gate to bring the dragons back to their time? And I do want to see if Natsu really does defeat Future Rogue in a good way, not some bullshit Nakama power-up that he pulls out of his ass, or any Nakama power-ups that defeat the dragons. I just want Hiro Mashima to make this a really, really good arc so that he could redeem himself from the Grand Magic tournament. Because seriously, I think we all need a really good arc at this moment. And hopefully, these 7 dragons might make us really love this arc. Overall, this chapter, I did like it. I thought it was a pretty good chapter. There were parts that I was a bit annoyed of, but I accepted it because, yeah, this is fairy tale. So next week's chapter is going to be called 7 Dragons. We'll probably get to see each of the 7 dragons in next week's chapter, see what they could really do, and see how the mages will struggle against them. This is the Fairy Tail chapter 328. I'm Lucy and 27, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.